guys, and welcome to the Fish Room. I'm Rachel O'Leary and it's time for a species spotlight. This week we're trying something new. I am going to do a plant spotlight for you, and I thought I would start with the one you guys ask about the most, and that's my African Water Fern. Its Latin name is Bolbitis heudelotii, and it is a fantastic plant. You know I love it. I have it all over my fish room. So today I'm going to show it to you in a bunch of different growing environments so that you can get a feel for how it really does. Now, it absolutely loves this 150. It has a lot of flow, it's very dilute water, and it has a fair amount of light. Because of the high flow, the plant seems to do better as it's not as prone to collecting detritus and then algae. As you can see, it's an extremely large plant. Most often when you purchase it, it'll come in a little cup with a portion of about this size, so it's easy to think that this is a small plant. And I think that's one of the biggest problems folks have with it, is that they buy something this size and expect it to stay small, when the reality is this plant can get easily 18 inches tall. And the other thing is like in this aquarium, because it's a rhizome plant, meaning, I'll show you in a minute, but meaning that all the leaves grow out of a lateral finger-like structure, it can also climb and will colonize up, for instance, my corner filter, or in your aquarium along driftwood, rock, and other decor. So it's best placed in the middle to back of your aquarium to allow for it to get quite large. Now in the wild, it is found all over Africa, but most often Western Africa, where it inhabits the edges of really fast-moving streams. Now in the wild, it's found in shade, but you have to remember that shade outside is not the same as a dimly lit aquarium. There's still a lot more light than you would think. So I find that it does pretty darn well with some significant light. Now CO2 is not required to grow this plant, but as with almost any other aquarium plant, it's certainly appreciated. You'll find in lower light aquariums that the leaves are a darker green, and I'll show you that as well. In this higher light tank, they're a brighter green, sometimes even having like a translucent quality. And it's a relatively slow grower. I mean, in my aquarium, it looks like it's growing pretty quickly, but you have to remember this thing's been running for 18 months now. And I started out with a pretty large rhizome. I have it on both ends of this aquarium. I think it's a really great plant to feature in the flow because the fronds just move beautifully. It can take a range of temperatures all the way down to 68 and up to about 82. You'd want to attach it to either pieces of rock or wood lower in your aquarium to allow for the height of this plant. It's important as well to remember to trim it adequately. I've shown you guys in past videos, which I can link to, how the leaves get sort of a brown look to them, or even just to the edges. And you'll want to trim those off all the way down at the rhizome in order to promote this plant to send out new leaves. Otherwise, you're just allowing these dying leaves to be sucking the energy from the plant that would otherwise go into new growth. So let's take a closer look and I'll show you a little more about it. The particular form of Bolbitis I'm showing you guys today is the large form, the one that's most typically found in the aquarium hobby. There are some smaller form Bolbitis, but don't be fooled. Even the small form still gets about 12 inches tall. You can see here the rhizome that I was talking about. It's that lateral green thing. The leaves grow up from it and the roots grow down. And you can see how the roots have colonized onto this rock to make the plant secure and stable. You can see it covering a lot of portions of this rock and really seeking out a stable purchase. It's kind of fascinating to see how the rhizome spreads and grows, which leads to this massive growth. Now, I've been working with Bolbitis probably, oh gosh, maybe 15 years now, and it's truly one of my favorite plants. I keep it in aquariums that have virtually no light, like this aquarium, where I don't even attach it to anything. I just make sure that the rhizome is basically facing down so that the plant doesn't get deformed. And you can see in this aquarium, the leaves are substantially darker green, and that's because it's a low light, no light aquarium, and it's growing even slower than normal. I also have the small form in this aquarium over here. And as you can see, this is again a very low light, no ferts, no CO2 aquarium. And even the small form of this plant has taken up the entire 12 inches top to bottom in this aquarium. So you can see why it's important to make sure you place it low in the water column and towards the back of your aquarium. Otherwise it will dominate your scape. Here it is in my 75-gallon low light Pandagara tank. And you can see the leaves as well in this one are quite dark green. And I just have it pushed into little pieces of driftwood, again to just orient it so it doesn't grow in a deformed fashion. All in all, I think that this plant is extremely well suited to any level hobbyist. It can really add a beautiful punch of dark green, especially when in contrast with lighter green plants or red plants. So just a reminder, make sure you attach this plant to either decor, wood, or rock low in your tank in the back portions, preferably an area of flow. And while it doesn't require CO2 or fertilization, as any other plant, it really will do better with CO2. As you can see from my aquarium, it's certainly not required. Let me know below what you guys think about these plant spotlights and if this is something you'd like for me to continue to do. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on plants in the upcoming weeks, and I hope that you guys will enjoy that. As always, stop by my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website where you can find my upcoming speaking engagements, my current stock list, and information on all things nano.